Hello, 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 beautiful people. My name is Sonia Marie, and I'm so happy that you are here. If you stumbled upon my page, welcome, 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 welcome. This is a community of open hearted people who are seeking truth and seeking truth in the way that they see it, not necessarily the way that I see it or any of the information or modalities that I use. So oftentimes, when things are being said, those specific things, those details of what's being said is not necessarily um, what it is you would say, nor what it is that you thought that you would believe, but in some kind of way you can take the words and the inspiration from them and God's voice and your ancestors and guides to help interpret and change it for your benefit. I hope that makes sense. Oftentimes, God speaks through the words, Spirit speaks through the words. So it's not necessarily the people. And we know this. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. But I think I just felt the need to kind of reiterate that and make that a stance, so to speak, that it's not about me and it's not about the words, but it's about what you feel through the words and the inspiration that you get through the words that help you through whatever situation you're going through, that help to inspire you, that helps to confirm some things. So I just wanted to say that. Yo, I have a new Instagram page, Sonia Marie Writes, WRITES. I'd love for you to follow it. It's a really interesting after years of being on Instagram and me really not being the chick that really loves social media. Y'all already know that. I think a good handful of y'all do. So it's interesting to start up these new pages, but the real reason is because I'm rolling out Squirrel, my new book in regards to my aunt disappearing. So I'd love to keep you guys notified in regards to when it's going to be released. Looking for agents and publishers and doing that. But before that happens, I'm giving you little excerpts and little tidbits of information on the book and just the writer and me. So I just wanted to say that. I hope you follow the page. How's everybody doing? What's going on as folks roll on in? You see, I'm in a different place in my home because my son has taken over. Kids are the great takeover. I wrote a piece about that. The great takeover. So I'm sitting here. Tania, what's happening? How you doing, namesake? What's going on, Sonia? Chichester? That's your last name? All right. What's up, April? What's going on, Tinjin? Oh, I ain't seen you in a month of Sundays, sweet Scorpio. Tamara's here. What up, crazy Aquarius? Tisha, Nicole Shans. What's up, ZP? Is that Zena? What's up, Zena? How you doing, Miss Life Dance? And ya is in the place. Happy solar return. Sweet Gemini's coming up, huh? Jay Walker and Angie's here. Today's vibe is here. Robbie is here. Oh, Wanju, how you doing, honey? Nice to see you here as well. We're gonna get started and talk about this week and what's going down. And as I think about it and take my pause, if you're new, I just want to let you know that oftentimes I do a little downloading based on what spirit wants to say, and oftentimes I'll just go right into the week and what's happening this week and give you a little detailed account of it. And then thirdly, at the end of this, I picked two people who want to get a quick little read based on their time, their date, and their place of birth. I neglected to give this information in prior videos. The last video I did, because somebody asked, like, how do you get your sun, moon, and rising to get these little quick reads? That's a good freaking question. Go to any site that has free readings. But there's one that I use frequently called ALABE. It's Astrolab, ALABE.com, because the chart design is real simple. And you go to the middle of the homepage and ask you if you want a free natal chart, and you go, yeah. And you press the button, put in your time, your date, and place of information, and your sun, moon, and rise should come up. All right, so go on and do that thing, and possibly maybe I can give you a quick little rundown of your particular chart. Okay, I see 11 people not in here. I have 11 thumbs up, and I appreciate that, but 32 people are rolling in here. And sometimes I take my time with these little intros because these notifications are weird as hell. What the hell is up with algorithm and YouTube? If y'all like to donate to my page and to my mission here, please go to Cash App. It's $ Sonia Kamau, SONJAKAMAU. That's my Cash App. I'd really appreciate that. It makes me feel like the energy that I'm giving is being received. So thank you. Money is energy. Energy is energy. All energy. Did I say it's energy? Gemini season, Jay Walker. What's up, Dan? How are you, Miss Danielle? And Phoenix is here. Oh, Tisha's here. Love, 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 love that you guys are in here. Let's get this thing going. Oh, thank you, Danielle. I feel 12 with my two ponytails. Let's go. What's going on? Let's see what's happening. I was in the shower. Oftentimes when I get my hits, and I'll be honest with you, before we get into the rundown, I felt a little irresponsible is not the word, although I heard that word. I don't believe I felt irresponsible. I felt a little pulled back when everything happened last week. And with the children in Texas. And I also felt the energy in the air. It was really, really hard energy in the air last week. And here I go doing a video on Jupiter and how Jupiter is opening up everything last week, in which it did. To be truthful with you, for a lot of people, y'all can talk among yourself. How did Jupiter open up for you last week? Did it or did it not? It was really, really interesting, though, because Pluto had its way with its power and transformation and its blow up ability. And then Jupiter was opening up for people. I felt the opening up, but I also felt the heavy of depression too that was in the air. And I felt to just talk about what I got in the shower, especially based on this little video that I saw. And this sister was like, now's the time for all the healers to come out. Now's the time for all the Yoruba priestess and priests to come out. Now's the time for all of the spiritual folks and the people who are doing the work to help to save the planet on some healing shit. I'm distracted a little bit, y'all. So forgive me. But I thought to myself, she's right. First and foremost, it is time for that. But then I also thought to myself, but we've been here. And a lot of us have been run over by a lot of energy and situations that are assisting the change, that's assisting the transition and the transformation of this existence and in this era, in this age in which we live. I'm gonna take my time. I hope you don't mind. And I started to think, like, it's just unfortunate that that happened. Beyond unfortunate, it's fucking ludicrous, and it just rips my entire heart out of my chest. But at the same time, there's so much desperation and there's so much pain that is on its way to erupt on this planet even more. And in my belief and what I hear and the downloads that I receive, regardless if you have good news or bad news, if you get encouraged by astrology coaches, therapists, spiritual healers, your own dreams, in my opinion, is going to get worse before it gets better on a collective. But the real reason why is because we have to empty it all out. So when this sister said we need the healers, we need the preachers, the teachers, everybody to come forward, we've been here and we've been holding up everybody else in a real, real quiet kind of way. There's no way the world and the universe can go through such a visceral transformation without the healers, without the intuits, without the empaths being connected and helping us all to stay afloat and to heal through it and to stay positive. That's part of my job. That's part of my job, is to give you an account of what's happening astrologically and spiritually, so you can stay afloat, so you can continue to heal yourself as the healing is happening. That's the real message. To continue to heal yourself as the healing is happening. And the healing looks fucking messy. And in my opinion, I think it's going to get even more messy because the powers that used to be, that's not really holding on to power anymore, they're losing. And they're losing at a rapid pace in which they're being squoze out. So just like the punks that they are, and I said it, just like the punks that they are going to scream, go screaming and kicking, and unfortunately shooting their big dick guns. So I just want y'all to hold on. I want y'all to hold on and see the happy, see the prayers, see the understanding through the words, see the bigger shift, see the necessary cleansing that has to happen, the sacrifices that have already been contracted before we took our first breath. See the change that's happening among us and with our children. These beautiful, beautiful children are not going down lightly. They are about to create a world in which they desire. It has nothing to do with these punks and everybody else and these crazy people and these unfortunately mentally unstable folks who haven't been given the proper upbringing and the love that they deserve neither. It's a conglomerate of a whole lot of shit, but at the end of the day, in my opinion, it's gonna burst before it gets better. And I want y'all, please, as a community, as a collective, as a tribe, as a village, to hold on and hold each other up. In the shower, I heard there's a few things that people can do nowadays and that they're doing. They're either leaving the planet, number one, because they don't want to go into the new age and they'd rather service as angels and ancestors on the other side. Number two, there are those that are literally getting on the front line and doing something about it, or at least screaming about doing something about it. And then there's us, or I include myself in this third grouping. I don't know where you stand, but there's those that are literally holding up the vibration of the world, who are putting out prayers which are necessary. I understand there needs to be some things done, but not everybody can do it. Not everybody knows politicians. Not everybody's sitting in the seat. Not everybody is a part of Congress. Not everybody owns guns or owns a shop that has the guns or can change the laws or can help and heal the children. Not everybody can do everything. I just say that regardless of what grouping you're in, if you're leaving, if you're praying, if you're doing something, if you're assisting the people that are doing something, stay hopeful and look towards the future. Understand that these accounts, these astrological accounts, are coming through to continue to uphold you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Continuing to uphold you, you understand, in a space in which we can usher everybody to the new age and new way of living. And it's not easy. It's not easy. It actually creates a lot of tension in my body, even as I speak it, because I'm doing my best to use my words carefully and not create too much emotion and manage my emotions while I'm expressing myself. But it's not easy to do what we do. So if you have some friends that are extra shut down, if you have some friends that are crying out of nowhere, if you have some friends that call you and say, yo, can you just come over for a second? Understand that people are not knowing how to handle the energy that's on the planet right now and the adjustments that are happening. So a lot of people are freaking the fuck out. Some people are extra quiet. Some people are acting ghosts and literally are isolating themselves from the world because they can't handle the energy. But check on your folks, man, and know that we are all kind of leveling up in this weird ass way to try to get ahead of the destruction. Thank you. To get ahead of the destruction. At least that's the position that I believe that I am, that most of you are in. We are staying quiet and prayerful and needing, with the K, our environment, our atmosphere, with love, with healing, with altered communication, with understanding, with compassion, so we can help the thing level up. So we won't fight and we won't resist the change that's happening. Does this make sense to anybody? Are y'all hearing me? Like really, really hearing me through the words, hearing me? So it starts with today, because even though the new moon was in Gemini, as I segue into astrology, I was looking at the whatchamacallit, that the notes that I have, and today I was like, whoa, that's interesting. The moon is squaring Neptune. I said, ooh, 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 ooh. That is interesting, because I thought instantly that's the dizzy feeling that I'm feeling. That is the uneasy. Like, I got out the pool today and I swear, if somebody was looking down from the damn balcony, they would think I was drunk, because I took like three fucking horizontal steps to the left. Like, I was literally like floating. I said, whoa, what is going on? Neptune being confusion, delusion, time traveling, on some real shit, music and art and addictions and all. And the etherealness of spirit and all that. Squaring the moon, so squaring the emotions, squaring the emotional connection to it all, but taking us off. Mm. I wish y'all can see the visuals in my head sometimes, because even as a writer, oftentimes I find it difficult to find the words to express what I see in my head. That's why I relate back to the pictorial explanation. And here it is. I just saw emotions, people having their own emotional expression today, whether it's happy, sad, mad, glad. And then there's a space, and then there's confusion, and in that space, like, it's weird, or dreams, or like our sleepy dreams, or spiritual connections, or our meditations, our calm, our serenity. But then there's this space in between, and we're having a hard time today with the moon squaring Neptune to get to that space. Does that make sense? It's almost like we have to jump from our emotions to our Neptune space. So that was in my opinion, that was why I was floating to the left, getting out the pool, trying to find some semblance of balance to get to my spiritual center, because my emotions was doing its best to keep me going left, fucking back in the pool, hitting my head or something. Y'all dig what I'm saying? Does that make sense to all of y'all? And if not, let me know. You can ask some questions. Honestly, even though I can't see you, this is us, you dig? So I'm glad that you're here, and I'm here to clear anything up or have a discussion on, or some semblance of it, as much as we can, right? So that's the feeling today. And I don't know how many people are y'all feeling that, trying to reach the center of your spirit, so to speak, reach that Neptune energy, but having some real cantankerous moments with that square to your emotions. Like, should I be feeling that? I don't know if I should feel that. It feels weird to feel that. Where am I going with that? Oh my God, should I go dizzy? Should I go left? Should I fall? Should I stop and pray? Like, there's no real connection, emotional connection to that spiritual center that we need in order to stay what? In order to stay motherfucking sane in this moment. I hope y'all hearing what I'm saying. I hope y'all hearing what I'm saying. I'm already starting with that, because sometimes, squirrel, God is funny in my life. I honestly feel, and people, my friends laugh at me, and probably half the people that I know feel like I'm a little wishy-washy. And I say that from a perspective of me not remembering a lot of things that I say. Oftentimes spirit uses me in a way in which words come out. And because I don't remember, if somebody asks me a question, I'll be like, nah, I don't remember that. Like, are you really connected? Like, what the fuck? They'll look at me like, really, Sonia? I thought you were smarter than that. And first of all, keep your judgment. Second of all, I am smart to the point where I can let go of some shit. So oftentimes I say, y'all hear what I'm saying? Y'all hear what I'm saying? Because this motherfucker ain't even hear what I was saying. Oh, I should be talking to myself. Sonia, did you understand that shit? No, I didn't. But you know, there's about 50 people on here that may want to know what you're talking about. But should we invite them in our head right now? No, we shouldn't. Keep going. Oh, fuck it up. I'm trying to tell you, my life is so funny. So anyway, I'm not insulting your intelligence. I'm really trying to figure out what I'm saying is clear enough for you to understand. Especially today with Neptune feeling so far away, and me wanting to be meditative and connected and hear what's going on. That was that feeling. Hey, spirit, the feeling I was just reminded of. I was like, after I got out the pool, I thought the pool was going to help. But I started breathing deep, and the breath that was coming up was frustration. I said, whoa, what's the frustration coming about? Boom, the moon, Sonia, is quincux Pluto. There's the frustration. That's today. The moon is squaring Neptune, making me dizzy, falling out the goddamn pool, and looking for spirit, looking for some meditative connection. You dig? Y'all got that? But then that moon is also quincunxed and giving a little irritation. I'm irritated by the fact that I can't find my own power. Pluto going retrograde. So that deep breath that I was being told to give or to experience and to utilize in that moment. You leaving? Okay, be safe. I love you. Okay. To utilize in that moment was trying to reconnect me back to my power, back to my center, and I just couldn't find it. It's just the weirdest thing. Are y'all experiencing that, or is it just me? Okay. So irritated by the repositioning of your power today, but the moon says, I'm a trine Saturn today. This is Tuesday, y'all, by the way, May 31st, 2022. I'm a trine Saturn today. So whatever you do, if you're feeling dizzy getting out the goddamn pool and trying to connect to your spiritual center, if you want to connect to that power, Pluto being transformation and power, and you're a little bit irritated by the fact that your emotions just can't hold on to that. Well, your emotions, trine and Saturn, absolutely wants to get to work. So Saturn says, let's just work this shit out. At the very least, let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. Let's go over it. Let's find the resources. Let's find the people. Let's find the discipline. Let's go to the words and keep reading, keep plugging away. And the reason why I keep saying words, I know because it's Mercury retrograde, it's kind of weird, but sometimes there's work in the words. Sometimes there's work in the reading. Sometimes there's work in the planning. Sometimes there's work in rediscovering old ways in which you did shit that absolutely helped you 10 years ago that could help you again. I'm just saying, work, figure it out. Saturn says, figure it out. Give me the discipline. Put up the restrictions and the limitations. Put up the boundaries. Go to work. That's today. Tomorrow, the moons. Tomorrow, we only got one. Jupiter got like 9 or 5. One of them. That's a big jump, but 5 or 9, I forget. In any case, we only got one moon. And the moon tomorrow goes into Cancer. They're feeling a little sensitive already. That's because we're about to go into Cancer. Squirrel, hold on. We forgot to talk about the new moon in Gemini yesterday. That new moon in Gemini brought new information, just to let you know. New concentration on some things. And I meant to rhyme on my IG post in case a couple of y'all saw it. New acclamation, new communication, new information, new negotiation, new socialization, new localization. That's what I put. But the bottom line is that Gemini absolutely handles all of that. So there's new information that's coming down that we can utilize to help plant some new seeds while we're in Mercury retrograde, because you know Mercury is Gemini's planet. Yes, so it goes full circle like that. If the new moon in Gemini is prompting Mercury, its ruler, to get some new information while Mercury is in retrograde, Mercury is like, oh, wait, let me go back into the soil, like I alluded to on Instagram. Go back into the soil, get these other dead ass, dry ass seeds that's not doing anything, and replant with some new fertile seeds. That's your position right now, in my opinion, for the next 4 or 5 days. If you are reconnecting with information, like I was just saying, redo things through information. If you are reconnecting with information and you find out there's some duds in the soil, you know every plant won't grow. Take that little piece of root out and put another seed in there. Some new fertilizer in there. Start over with new ideas and information. You get that? All right. Also, I just heard too, there may be 1 or 2 of y'all that need to reconnect with your siblings. New moon in Gemini has everything to do with reconnecting with your siblings. It's important. There's another squirrel and another download. Let me share this with you if I haven't already. We need our families. There may be a few on here that's like, fuck my sisters, fuck my dad, fuck my brother. I'm doing this thing on my own. Those people never really gave me good, blah, 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 blah. I'm a person that understands that everybody creates a new existence off of their family's existence, and oftentimes can be black sheep doing it. Oftentimes are just totally different. But understand this, and reconnecting with your siblings and rediscovering information with your dad, as I'll talk about at the end of this, because Saturn is going retrograde. Saturn deals with the dad. Connecting with our families remind us of who we are. We spend a lot of time running away from our families because of the traumatic and dramatic and hurtful things that they have bestowed on us, without our, our permission. A lot of it is not personal. Most of it, if not 100% of it, is not personal. It's trauma that people go through that put on us. You know that. But the bottom line is that we always come back to our family information, because why? We are our family. That deserves a pregnant pause. How you running away from you? So when there are opportunities for you to discover the goodness in you, there are opportunities to discover why you play piano and your father don't play piano. And it's like, yeah, he actually did when he was 5 years old, 5 to 10 years old, and he was pretty dope at it. But he got a hold of that bottle and he started drinking, and he just stopped playing. And he's a musical genius, but you would never know because you're too busy running away from the bad things that your dad did and not seeing the good things. Are y'all following me? It's about connecting to family to see all sides. It's about connecting to siblings, New Moon and Gemini yesterday, to see all sides, to see why y'all chose one another. Stop running from things that are you. It'll help you to formulate a new spiritual connection with this new space that we're going into, because you got to see yourself from all sides and forgive yourself from all sides, even if you see some things that are not too savory. Does this make sense? Y'all listening? Y'all listening? That's all I wanted to say. Especially with that new moon, I should say, especially with the moon. Oh, the universe is crazy. With the moon going into Cancer tomorrow. So moon in Cancer is all things family. Moon in Cancer is all things home, all things eating. You understand what I'm saying? When we get to moon in Cancer, we get to eating, we get to crying, but we get to connect with our families and our moms, and allow our foundation, our home life to be a big part of the next few days, a big part of our karmic connection, because the moon is about karmic connection and the things that we need to clean up, not for just lifetime, but for other lifetimes as well. Are y'all following me? Y'all dig this? The moon in Cancer tomorrow. But bust this. The moon in Cancer is going to square Jupiter. Oh, shit. Try not to complain or hold on to the past in spite of the blessings that are coming forth. So you may see some shit in regards to your family that you're like, I want to hold on and complain about that thing. Why? Because your feelings are still hurt. And it's understood that your feelings are still hurt. But let me tell you this. Forgive people and forgive yourself. Stop punishing yourself. People are funny. People are funny. People, including myself, and I'm not judging anybody, but I want us to see each other clearly. We judge. No, let me go back. We stay in our pain oftentimes. We block these blessings that are coming through the moon, square in Jupiter, oftentimes, so we can have a reason to be crunchy. So when we're crunchy, we feel like somebody is going to come to our rescue. You look a little sad, Jimmy. You okay, Jimmy? You all right, brother? What you need? You need some money? You need this? You stay in that victimhood so somebody come and save you. Yo, nobody is saving you. Nobody. Nobody is coming to save you. Not your bum father, not your crazy mother, not your siblings, not your beautiful grandma, not your beautiful family if they are all divine. All I'm saying is nobody's coming to save you. You have to look at you and save yourself. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. That's not selfishness. That's not self-centeredness. That's the fact that if you choose to stay crunchy in your victimhood, then that's what you're going to keep getting, crunchy fucking shit. And people responding to your crunchy. They're not coming to save you. They're just walking by you, looking at you in the window. Like, oh, they crunchy again. I don't know what to do for them, but that's what they choose to do. And so they choose to get out the window and be crunchy, then they're just going to stay there and keep your shit on blast. I hope this makes sense. So with the moon square in Jupiter, it's like that moon in Cancer, trust and believe. I love being a Cancer, but Cancer energy, being that it's in the moon, and this is going to affect everybody because I'm talking about transit information, right? What's happening right now. That moon in Cancer can be very complaining. I don't like that about me. Sometimes Cancer energy can complain. You know why? Because Cancer energy feels like nobody is listening to its feelings, because people want to blow off the feelings. Oh, you'll be okay. Oh, tomorrow you'll be fine. Oh, it's fleeting. You'll be okay. I'm not going to talk to you about that because I don't have the energy to talk to you about that right now. But in 2 days when I call you, I'm sure you'll be all right. In my opinion, that's irresponsible love. When you're not taking care of the energy, I know I'm going on tangents, y'all, but stay with me. If you're not taking care of the energy of love and nurturing people through their emotions, then you are doing your best, in my opinion, to dodge the love that you can give them. Dodge the love that you can give them. Nobody says get totally taken aback by like trying to save somebody and be their emotional savior and take care of them, but be present where people are, because emotions are necessary. So if we feel, emotionally speaking, that moon being in Cancer, that we need to complain, that we need to hold on to some things, maybe you're the person complaining. Talk yourself through that and look for the blessings. Look for Jupiter. If you see other people doing that, talk them through it instead of, oh, they'll be fine. Stop pushing people off. Oh, people will be fine. People are fine because we hold each other up. Oftentimes, we don't need to do too much. Oftentimes, you just need to sit there and just listen to people. Oftentimes, you need to sit there and listen to your damn self. Hear your own complaints, write them out so you can get to Jupiter, so you can get to the happy. That's tomorrow, Jupiter squaring the moon. Do y'all get this? Greetings to you, Paradise Within. I appreciate you being here. Y'all following me? All right. Tomorrow, also, the moon is sextiling Venus. I love, again, the moon will be in Cancer. Venus will be in is Venus in it? No, Taurus. That's interesting. Okay. I feel the magic and the beauty and the worth. Get your money tomorrow. You feel like somebody owe you some money tomorrow? Lovingly ask them. That's all I'm going to say about that. The moon squares Mars, though. We need to talk about that. With the moon squaring Mars, Mars is in Aries, so the moon is in Cancer tomorrow. That's a square. Watch for emotional upsets turning into fights. Yeah. So here's the whole scene. I'm talking about family. I'm talking about new moon energy, siblings. I'm talking about reconnecting to a foundation that is yours and has always been yours. But sometimes we want to go to the side. We want to digress. We want to take a detour. We want to think that we're better than them. We want to think that about. Right. But at the same time, we're recognizing that we're building up all this emotions about that. And on Wednesday, tomorrow, if you let that cross with Mars, it can blow up. There's no need to argue nowadays, y'all. Like, on the real, you don't have to win. And I say nowadays only because of the tension in the air. Only because there's so much transformation and there's so much aggression that if you just put your toe in the middle of that confrontation, your whole fucking body is going to disintegrate. Who needs to be involved with bullshit arguments and have to win? Who needs to do that right now? There's way too much going on in the world. You're trying to solidify who the fuck you are on the planet. Why you got to argue about somebody else in order to create your position? You know your position. No need to argue. Do your best not to fall in that tomorrow. Wednesday is that day. On Thursday, the moon stays in Cancer and the moon will sextile Uranus. Time for that change. Always looking for that change, falling into that change, that necessary change in regards to value and worth, because Uranus is in Taurus, right? Again, we are creeping up on Uranus conjuncting the North Node, y'all. Oh, I need to get my fan. That's what I need to do. Hold on. We are coming up on Uranus conjuncting the North Node. I had to purchase my little menopause fan. Yeah, the pre-menopause is coming on, sister. Okay, so yeah. It's about that change that's happening. It's about the change in value. It's about the change in quality. July 31st, Uranus and the North Node is coming together, okay? Uranus and the North Node is coming together July 31st, 19 degrees Taurus, sitting right on top of each other. I will say this again. Trust me, because I'm hyped about it, right? But whenever you hear an aspect come in, or I should say, connecting with Uranus, know that that's the buildup to that moment. That's the buildup to July 31st. Every time we are talking about Uranus being aspected and being given some juice, it's about the permanent change that's coming up. So tomorrow, when you feel that moon, when you feel your emotions, excuse me, hit, or I should say tomorrow, when your emotional body is like, you know what, I really feel that I should implement this particular change, this rebellious act, this need to be independent in this moment in time. And that feels like that's a buildup of like your projects or whatever. I should say that's involving your projects or people that you're involved in. That's leading you to that Uranus North Node position. North Node being your purpose, Uranus being change. We are being changed to get put on our purpose. And like I was saying to my sister the other day, my sister love friend Nemo, I said, yo, it does not matter if you're ready or not. The bottom line is that it's happening, cuz it's happening. When Uranus and the North Node get together, we are all being given a huge detour to get on the next highway. Everybody's going to get forced on that highway to move forward around about that time, but that's the exact date that North Node and Uranus are sitting on top of each other. It's a game changer. So again, whenever you hear this week and in previous videos and the ones that's coming, me talking about Uranus and another planet, pay attention. Pay attention to what you need to do in that day to fortify the change. If it's a little or if it's a lot, it doesn't matter because every little bit counts. Does that make sense? Y'all good? It's coming. I know some are like, I'm ready for this change. When it's here, blah, 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 blah. We're doing it bit by bit by bit by bit. Y'all don't feel that? Even though it's like not magnanimous and it's not huge and you don't have a party surrounding it, y'all still don't feel the change coming? It's coming. Trust and believe. Okay, so Thursday with that moon sextile and Uranus, it's about feeling that thing. If you need to manifest it through visions, if you need to feel it, like really feel it all the way through how it's going to happen for you, nurture yourself through it, become an empath in it because the moon will be in Cancer. All things moon in Cancer, you dig? Connect with your family to help you show. Sometimes your family can be like, you know what? I always thought you were just going to be a big-headed kid, but you actually turned out to be a great performer, a great scientist. And your parents, your family, your people, moon and Cancer, are telling you this because they remember you. Y'all see why it's important to go back to where you were and respect that? They know you sometimes better than you know yourself because they saw you evolve. So on Thursday, if your family comes up and is like, you know what? I like that change about you. I like that the fact that you're writing again because you wrote a lot when you were 10 years old. Back to that emotional space of being young and free and open. You understand? The things that are truly us until the world starts to beat us up. I'm just saying, think about it. This is how we put the information together, y'all. On Friday, let's keep it going. Mercury will go direct. Oh, Canal. I'm sorry. I totally forgot about that. Sorry, y'all. A little distracted by my son. Mama, all things at all times. Okay. Mercury goes direct at 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday. So you do know that Mercury backed up into Taurus. It started out, when Mercury went retrograde, it started out in Gemini. You may have felt a little weird, kind of going back and forth in the brain, Gemini style, compartmentalizing mental activity, right? When it backed up into Taurus, though, the energy shifted when it came to the Mercury retrograde craze. It was no longer like compartmentalizing or words that are being tripped up. It's almost like reconnecting with the way you need to plan, reconnecting with the way you need to strategize, reconnecting in a way and we need to systematically do things, become more devoted and more loyal to ourselves. Okay, that's what Mercury in Taurus is telling us to do. And like I said on Instagram, it's literally about going back into the soil and replanting the things and the thoughts and the ideas that we had, and solidifying them differently. Maybe a little bit stronger, maybe with more people that can help us, different types of people that can help us. Don't ever give up. Don't ever give up on the dream, especially with Mercury retrograde doing its thing and backing up and showing us ways in which we can reevaluate a thing. Forgive me, y'all. I'm a little distracted today because I'm like in mama mode. I'm in all kind of modes in my head, and then listening to spirit at the same time. We're gonna push through this though. I love the fact that Mercury is going direct that day. The moon will be in Leo. Um, and the moon will trine Neptune. Oh, so here's the spirit connection. Woo, and that explains why I'm a little distracted today, and that my moon is squaring Neptune. That's what I'm feeling right now. But on Friday, the moon will trine Neptune. So it'll be a full circle back to the good feels of spirit, back to the good feels of our dreams. That's a good day to sleep, by the way. Don't let life get in the way that day, meaning it's less about being practical on Friday and more, especially, I mean, even though Mercury is going direct, and it's more about keeping your head in a space in which you can take these new plans and really, I hate to say it like this, but dream it through. See it in. Again, see it in. See it in. That makes sense to me. The moon will sextile Mercury that day too. Oh, so the moon is trying to Neptune, dream on, dreamer. Don't let life get in the way. That's what I put. That's a lyric for somebody. Dream on, dreamer, life gets in the way. That's what I put. The moon trine and Neptune is all about. But then also on Friday, the moon sextiles Mercury as it goes direct. Oh, so it sextiles Mercury. Yes. Check your frame of mind, nurture your thoughts with kindness, no self doubt or punishment, please. That deserves a pause. You know why? Because Taurus energy, every sign, every energy has a downfall, right? Every sign has something that they're working on, that they're challenged by, and something that they absolutely just shine bright in. Taurus's downfall, with Mercury being in Taurus that day as it goes direct. Taurus energy likes to punish. And if Mercury is going direct in Taurus, but it's sextiling on the moon, I'm saying to y'all, feel good about the new plans that you are making. And for those who don't necessarily have it in within them to feel good for whatever reason, they want to be punished, they want to stay in their junk, their mud. Do yourself a favor and don't punish yourself too much. Taurus energy punishes. It does. It's real sweet in its own way, but that stubborn energy will make you wait, will make you pain just cuz, and sometimes it's not necessary. That's kind of like, I guess that's why spirit dropped that in the beginning. Like, don't be so hard on you. You know what I mean? Know that we are going through whatever we're going through for the bigger picture. You don't have to punish yourself or people along the way. It's not necessary. So anyway, on Friday, it says that moon is sextiling your thoughts. So don't punish whatever thoughts or new thoughts or old thoughts that you have and you're redirecting or whatever. Add loyalty to it, devotion to it, and know that your new thoughts, your new plans and ideas will work, especially if you forgive people along the way and you add the loyalty to yourself and to other people, and the quality and the value too, because it's in Taurus. See it, being worthy, your thoughts being worthy of being actualized. Huh. That feels good. I can go on 1,000 tangents today, y'all. It's way too much information in my brain and around my body right now. The moon will go opposition Pluto on Friday. What I say? Reclaim your power and feel good about it. Feel good about it. You're thinking new thoughts, moving forward, trying not to punish yourself. And now the moon is balancing out with Pluto. Feel good about that power in which you are reestablishing within yourself in order to make you what? Bigger within? Keep going. Again, keep going with the moon trining Jupiter that day. That evening, Friday evening, is a good day for a party. It really, really is. If it's a party of two, if it's a party of 22, it's a party of 222. As long as you're safe, have a joyous evening that day. Because throughout the day, with Mercury going direct, again, we're going back to Friday, Mercury going direct, the moon in Leo. Come on now. Everybody has a good time with the moon in Leo. The moon trine in Neptune, bringing up your dreams and your fantasies and imaginations. The moon sextile in Mercury, putting emotion to your thoughts, to your new ideas without punishing yourself. And then the moon trine in Jupiter, it's a joyous kind of evening. Celebrate on Friday if you can. On Saturday, what's that planet? Saturn is about to go retrograde. It's the second planet that's retrograde for the summer. Like I said at the top of this, there'll be five, or I said on IG, there'll be five planets going retrograde throughout the month of September, and they're going to begin to go retrograde one by one. Saturn being the second planet that's retrograde, Pluto is retrograde right now as well. So Saturn's going to call for us to reevaluate our lessons, our fears, and our boundaries. I don't know what that word is, Sonia. Make plans to work. Oh, make plans to work differently. Switch it up so you can get different results. Boom. There it is. So this is the week of if Mercury's going direct. If Mercury and our plans and our strategies don't work, re-strategize, right? Saturn says if the old ways in which we laid out things to do, in which we created rituals and traditions, and again, working hard and putting up boundaries do not work throughout Saturn return, do something different. Do something different. The old ways ain't working. Now, squirrel, Taurus energy throws a little wrench in that because of Mercury and Taurus. Taurus don't like to move. Taurus is stubborn like that. You almost have to push yourself to do something different, to work a little harder, to work a little smarter, to work differently with new tools, because Mercury and Taurus is going to say, it worked before, or it worked for somebody. I don't want to change. There's a standoff. There's a standoff with how we're thinking this week and what we're actually going to do. Understand, push through doing something different. If you stay on the same, you're going to get the same goddamn things. And we all know that rule. But there'll be a little wonky kind of balancing act. Stay clear within your own spirit to know what's best for you. But if it's outdated, motherfucker, it's outdated. Keep it moving. All right? Be honest with yourself. Saturn going retrograde, like I suggested earlier, Saturn is about your dad. Saturn is about our connection with the patriarch in our family, whether it's our father, our grandfather, whatever man that taught you or did not teach you, but was in position to do so. How he affected you, what fears he brought up for you. When Saturn goes retrograde throughout this summer, you'll be examining that again and again and again. It's important. It's important. I love the universe for allowing us to step into these constant renewals and constant cleaning spells of our family and our trauma and our history and our thoughts and our memories. Why? Because it keeps us pristine. It keeps us aware. It keeps us going. It keeps us knowing ourselves and appreciating ourselves in the steps that we take. It keeps us in account of how we're growing and the fact that sometimes we can stop and pat ourselves on the back for the things that we've grown through. Sometimes we can stop and rest on the curb and say, okay, this shit is a little bit heavy. Let me figure this out for 5 minutes and then I'll keep on going. It's about respecting your journey. That's why we go retro. That's why we go back. That's why we see it a different way and try to reconfigure it. I, for one, am very, very tired of reestablishing myself at times. I don't know about y'all. Sometimes we I got to reintroduce myself, Hover. I don't want to do that. Like on the real, like sometimes it can get a little daunting and it can get a little tiresome, but time is like, yo, you got to do it. You got more talents. You got more to offer the world. So you got to reposition. You got to reintroduce yourself, Jay-Z. On the real, that's the way we keep moving in life. That's the way you keep growing and you become better. That's how you finish out your contract. I'm just saying. Okay. On Saturday, what I see. The as Saturn is doing this retrograde moment for a couple of months, the moon will trine Mars. Oh, good, because the moon was squaring Mars on Wednesday. So on Saturday, prayerfully, maybe you can make up if somebody slips and pisses somebody off or gets pissed off. On Saturday's time to make up, kiss and make up. It'll happen at 6:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So maybe you have like some good morning nookie or something. I'm just saying. Early morning sex is the best sex. Mars is about sex, also about movement and motivation and determination and frustration. But the moon is pleasantly aspecting that. So it's about being feeling good about whatever motivation, whatever early morning sex, whatever frustrations that you may have that can actually turn out for your highest. Are y'all following me? Are y'all there? Okay. On Saturday, the moon squares Venus. Know your worth. Where's the doubt creeping in from? Like, why all of a sudden you don't understand that you are worthy of more than you thought? Then you just have some good morning sex. Once you work that orgasm, I'm just saying. On Saturday, after the moon is trining Mars, the moon will be squaring Venus. So it's like, here comes the doubt again, the feeling of doubt of the quality of life, the money that you receive, the love that you receive. Come on now. Check that is the point. Check that. Where does that come from? Instead of falling into that emotion, go, hey, hold on. Where is fuck? What just happened? Why am I feeling this right now? What just happened? Who just said what to make me slide into this feeling of not feeling worthy? You know why? I have to reconfigure this. I got to either go address them. I got to forgive myself, forgive them. I need to do something before I go down this goddamn rabbit hole of not feeling my best. We don't have time for that. You got to come with the real. You got to come with the sparkles. You got to come with the gems and the gold. You understand what I'm saying? It's time. It's time. All right. Also on Saturday, the moon will sextile the sun. So that's a good time to do that. Why? Because the moon and its emotional connections is reverberating in a pleasant way off of the ego, off of the sun, off of the vulnerability, off of the character that you have been building on the inside. So shine in that. You did? On Saturday, though, the moon will square Uranus. You got to make the change in order to reconnect with your worth and your money. So what? Now you don't want to make the change? Now you want to get Uranus and Taurus kind of stubbornness? Don't do it to yourself. Please don't do it to yourself. We got to change in order to get better. I know I feel like a broken record right now, but I understand, y'all know where I'm coming from. Sometimes we need maintenance. This is I call this one of the maintenance videos because sometimes it's not like new information that comes through, but it's like maintenance information. Keep it going, keep it pushing. Take your vitamins, drink your water. Know that you are loved. Come on now. All of that. On Sunday, the moon is opposition Saturn. Balance your emotions and your fear. The moon is quincunx Neptune. You may be feeling a little foggy, maybe feeling a little confused on Sunday. If you got to wake up slow, do that thing. It's okay. It's all right. Wake up as slow as you need to. I'm just saying. And the moon is squaring Mercury. You might want to wake up slow. Because that moon square in Mercury can get you saying some ill shit that you don't, you got to come back from, and you don't know how to come back from. So watch out Sunday for that. All right. Oh, it's 63 people in here, and y'all listening intently. Y'all not even commenting and what's going on. This may make some sense to you. You have any questions? Any things you want to say? I know one thing. If you want a quick little read, put your sun, your moon, and your rise up here. Let's get it going so we can get out of this mother. Sherry, you made it. Hi, Rachel. Tisha's here. Mina love Regina Lines. I love you, honey bunny. Robin, you first up. You got a sun in Aquarius, moon in Libra, and a Sagittarius rising. Ain't that about a blip? So it's all that air and that fire joint. You a lot of fun to be around and an awesome friend. I love Aquarius for their friendships. Aquarius people really, really, really dedicate themselves to their friendships and their group connections. It's necessary for them because they deal with humanity, but they also deal with group interactions better than they deal with individual interactions. And I am laughing because it's always a running joke in my head. They'd rather deal with the old lady across the street than deal with people living in their house. Why? Because Aquarius energy doesn't understand emotion oftentimes. They're very much detached from their emotions, not in a bad way or a negative way, but in a way and they just can't understand. They just can't understand. It's not realistic. Emotions are not realistic to me, is what Aquarius people say. And then you have a Libra rising, which keeps you at least connected to partnerships. It keeps you charming, right? That air, you bring in the information. Libra rising people, that's a funny thing too, because my mentor used to say Libra rising people always get dressed and walk out the house like they're about to find their husband or their wife. They got to be dressed to the nines, damn near. So that Libra rising, being charming, being dressed to the nines, always looking for justice, always looking to be fair to their partner as well. Is goes along with being the Aquarius, the humanitarian that you are. A little detached from your emotions, but it's okay because oh, your rising is Sag. Wait, hold on, Sonia. Slow the fuck down. See, that's a Mercury retrograde moment. If I ain't never seen one. Sun in Aquarius, Libra moon. That's different. Your rising is Sagittarius. Rewind selector. So with that Aquarius sun, right, and that Sagittarius rise, I often think that Sagittarius rise people, for one, can come off to be kind of shy. So it helps that Aquarius sun a little bit because the Aquarius sun will do everything for their friends. That Sagittarius rise kind of pulls back a little bit because it respects its freedom and does not want people to take away its freedom. But it's also a little shy because it's like, yo, I'm a truth slayer and I'm gonna say what's on my mouth with your Sagittarius rise. So I pull back sometimes because I don't want to hurt feelings. Does that make sense to you, Robin? Aquarius sun, Sagittarius rise, and your Libra moon is your emotional nature, keeps you connected with your, I was going to say patience, keeps you connected. Are you in the medical field? Keeps you connected to your partners, keeps you connected with justice. I was told just now to be careful though of that Sag rise. Sag rise again, just to I kind of glossed over it, can be somewhat selfish. Sagittarius energy is funny in a sense because its biggest fear is not being free. Somebody taking away their freedom. If it's on the rise, if it's in the moon, or if it's in the sun, Sagittarius energy can't stand for somebody to take away their freedom. But here's the catch. Nobody wants your fucking freedom. And that's, I mean, and I'm cursing, but I'm being emphatic about it because it's one of those things in which Sagittarius rise and Sagittarius energy will fight for no fucking reason whatsoever when people just want to love you. So watch that. Watch that, Robin. That people want to love you and you don't have to push them away with that rising that protects, right? Because you want your freedom. They're just coming in to get some good stuff on you. That's what I was reminded to tell you, and I'm gonna stop right there, or else this will become a whole other kind of reading, a whole nother kind of reading. By the way, if y'all want a reading, you can hit me up on my website. That's wordlifeastrology.com. I love doing couples reads too. You and your man, you and your woman, you and your mother, you and your daughter, you and your son, just two people. And I can compare, do a bi-wheel of the two charts and see how y'all relate to one another and why you chose one another in this particular life. Sometimes that's really, really good info, to be truthful with you. Oh, thank you, Shanice. I appreciate that. All right, let's go for one more person. Robin, I hope that helped you, sweetie pie face. Oh, good, y'all. Yeah, that Sag rise is interesting. And y'all know that Sagittarius energy, too, is the comedian of the zodiac. For sure. So with that Sagittarius rise, I said I was going to stop, didn't I? With that Sagittarius rise, oftentimes you can push people away with humor as well because Sag wants to stay happy. Sag wants to stay happy-go-lucky. Everything is going to be good. You dismiss the pain and the trauma with humor, and everything is going to be good. And a possibility that things are going to work out. Yeah, things always work out. But oftentimes we got to go through the mud. And the Sag rise or Sag positions has to remember that the mud is necessary too. We can laugh through the mud. but we got to get through it. You can't dismiss it and act like it ain't there. I'm just saying. Okay, who else is up? Right, that's a lot of information. I don't know who's that. I'm sorry, honey. I can't pronounce your name, but I'm gonna try. Emma, right? And Sonia's fucking butchering this beautiful lady's name. Scorpio sun and rising with a Sagittarius moon. I gotta get at that. Please forgive me and please tell me. I'm gonna call you A for right now because I don't want to butcher your name. But please give me the right pronunciation of your name, whether you can type it out phonetically, sounds like this or whatever. I would love that because it's probably really, really beautiful. I just can't get it all. Sun and rising in Scorpio though, with a Sagittarius moon. Now, I know a lot of people with Sagittarius and Scorpio information. It's a little interesting. I guess we're going to stay on this Sag vibe today because it's necessary. Somebody needs it. But I'm going to tell you like this. The Scorpio energy, the Scorpio rise, right? First of all, your eyes probably look like this. Probably have really small little beady eyes because Scorpio on the rise oftentimes makes people look, their eyes are small and or they always look like they're observing something. Always pulled back, always checking out the scene. That's Scorpio rise people. Always figuring out people when they walk in the room, 2.2 seconds, like trying to see who's the right one, who's the fucked up one, who's the crazy one, who's the rich one, who's the fine one. Like in 2.2 seconds, you basically assess the whole situation. That's Scorpio rise for you. And you a Scorpio, so you are what you see. When your rise and your sun is the same, there's no blocking, there's no mask. You are what you see. And oftentimes you probably come off very intense to people as a Scorpio, very, very deep. Y'all know I ride for Scorpio energy. So very, very deep, very courageous in their depth, to be quite honest with you, because not everybody wants to go to the bottom of the ocean to get the treasures and the gems that you do when it comes to the depth of your emotions and your life. So bravo to you. Scorpio energy, though, can trap itself in its Phoenix phase if you allow it. There's 3 phases to Scorpio energy, Phoenix being one of them. And sometimes a lot of Scorpio energy die and reborn, die, reborn, die, reborn. And you kind of get stuck in that phase. Does that make sense to you, Miss A? You can kind of get stuck in that phase of not only just recreating yourself, but destroying something and creating something, destroying something, then creating something. I hope that makes sense. Oh, there it is. I'm Raat. See? Oh, it's Roxy. What up, Roxy? Oh, sweet lady. I didn't recognize your face. Oh, okay. Okay, Roxy. All right, sister. I got you. I'm glad you said that. Good God. But I love that name. We got to talk about that. I want to know where that came from and all of that. So, Roxy, you do not have those tiny eyes, but you are incredibly observant. I do know that because I know you. But that Sag moon is what I wanted to kind of throw in the mix because Scorpio energy has a way of destroying things, like I said, and creating things as well. It's ruled by Pluto, right? And that's Pluto's get down. Pluto is like, I'm going to take away every fucking thing and we can start from ground zero. But here's the deal. That Sag energy dismisses the destruction. Does that make sense, Roxy? Does that make sense to everybody else? She got all of this Scorpio energy that wants to create and destroy and recreate, destroy and recreate, destroy and recreate. But that moon in Sag can be very, very selfish. It can be dismissive, but it's positive. So in your mind or within your being, Roxy, you're like, my changes and my destructions are benefiting me, and it's okay. But what about people around you? That's what's necessary to really, really pinpoint. How are you affecting those around you? Because your destruction and your creation is necessary for your growth, but it's affecting the people that love you. And when your moon is in Sagittarius, not to say that you don't care, it's to say sometimes you can be a little dismissive with it. Oh, they'll be all right. They'll get over it. They'll work it through. My life is my life. That kind of feeling. And I mean, that's cool because it's true. But at the same time, we are responsible, especially for those that we care about, those that matter, to help with our transformations to help them to understand it too through the emotions instead of just dismissing them so much. But I do like the fact that that moon in Sagittarius comes in handy for you because it's probably the thing that kept you alive. And that's the real of the fucking real. Because if you didn't feel optimistic about life and you didn't feel optimistic about things that are coming your way and how you destroy things, you wouldn't be able to breathe. That's the word. I hope you understand that. Yeah. Okay, I know y'all don't want to hear me. I think I'm gonna do one more person. Let me see who else is up here. Mary Hill, I can't run your chart, baby. I mean, you read yeah, I don't have your chart though. You got to put your time. No, I'm not running charts. Don't put your time. No, nothing. You have to give me your sun, your moon, and your rise. That's necessary. You're welcome, Daryl Miller. I don't know what you're thanking me for, though, baby love. Robbie, Pisces rise, Leo sun, and a Leo moon. You're a lot of fun to be around, but understand this, that Leo and Pisces in astrology is called a quincux. It's very, very, it's an irritation. Pisces is irritated by Leo, and Leo is irritated by Pisces. That's the real. I always, whenever I see water in the three big obvious, right? The sun, the moon, and the rise. That's what I call it. The three big obvious. Whenever I see water and fire in those three big obvious, it always reminds me of steam. Whether it's Sag and Scorpio, whether it's Cancer and Aries, Pisces and Leo, whatever. I always think of steam, and the frustration or the irritation with Pisces and Leo definitely comes off as steam because Leo is so powerful. Leo is so courageous, so willful. It wants what it wants. It's self-centered. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, I'm going to get that shit if I can get it. And the Pisces is like, easy. Would you relax? We'll get it. We'll get there. We'll shapeshift. We'll move. We'll go about. But if your Pisces energy ain't moving fast enough for your Leo energy, here comes the steam. And the steam is within you. The frustration is within you. The fact that you feel like you're not moving fast enough to obtain the thing that the Leo desires. You got to find balance in that, honey bun. Because the balance comes from the fact that the Leo in you, wait, hold on, let me stop real quick. You are a Leo sun. The Pisces in you and your Pisces rise, honestly, needs to respect the Leo. The Pisces rise comes up when you're afraid. The Pisces rise as its trepidation when you are scared. I don't know if we should go in there. I think we should shapeshift. I think we should be passive aggressive. I think we should turn around and go. And the Leo's like, yo, relax, stop your sniveling. We're about to do this thing. You have to control that in a way because you come off like you can't handle it. But in your heart, you know you can. And if people approach you and go, you can't handle it, then you get all pissed off and upset. They're only reading your eyes. They're reading the nervousness that Pisces energy, that connection to spirit, or that connection to, the compassion and the empathic energy that's around you. That's you're doing your best to try to be, kind of concerned about and be understanding of, but the Leo don't care. Understand this, sweet lady, and everybody else, Robbie and everybody else. You are your sun. And I'm going to end it right here. You are your sun. And I tell this to all my students, and I tell this to people that I read oftentimes. If the sun drops out of the sky, we're all fucked up. It's the same thing in your personality. If you do not give the reverence to your sun sign, you're fucked up. And oftentimes we live in our rise because we live in our fear. We live in our mask. We live in our protection. Sometimes we live in our moon because we live in our emotions and we just want to do what we want to do and we want to respond how we want to respond. But nobody is paying detailed and continued understanding and reverence for the sun. And the sun is like, yo, nobody talk to me. Why are your emotions going crazy and why are you so fearful? The sun can regulate that shit if you know who the fuck you are, if you know your sun, if you know how to use the power of your sun to push and to augment and to arrange different things around you, including your moon and your rise. Does that make sense, y'all? You are the sun. Okay? Okay. That's it. I'm getting out of here. Please, if you want a quick read, come back next Monday. I'm here every Monday. Today's Tuesday, but I'm here every Monday. And please let people know. Share this video. Please give me a little thumbs up. Y'all gave me 43 thumbs. Y'all listening. Oh, that's awesome. Like, little shit like this makes me happy. I'm going to tell you why. Because I got a little Leo in me and I like to be a little stroke. But more than anything, I just feel like it's good to know that what I'm doing is landing on somebody's ears and especially somebody's heart. That's all. That is it, y'all. So thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for being here. Share this video, please. And take care of yourself today. Take care of yourself all week. Look for the truth within you. When we start really calling ourselves on some shit, that's when the world changes. That's when shit really changes because you have a different perspective. When you start changing yourself, your perspective changes and you don't see people through your hurt eyes. Take them hurt eyes off, y'all. Let's go. Let's get this. I love you. Bye.